No health bars dead. Well, they're kind of sort of working. Okay, yeah, no health bars. I don't think health bars is gonna work because they're all, there's like a big delay with health bars, as you can see. It's just all doing all kinds of weirdness. I'll try to make sure to keep you guys reminded of their health, their damage, their cooldowns, the CC, everything. I'm gonna just basically have one eyeball on the left side of the screen, one on the other side. I'm gonna look like a human pufferfish here for a second, but yeah. Shadowblade's out of the rogue. Guess he's trying to see if he can get himself an opener trinket with a trinket for the rogue, but wait, is this stunned? Was this stunned or rooted? Someone either stunned him or rooted him, or he just couldn't move for a second there. That is going to be some damage out of the rogue. The game bugged with the Cloak of Shadows trying to keep investing those Deathstalker eviscerates back to back to back into Medic. Medic tried to get himself a little bit of healing. Got himself the Archon build. The pet, he's trying to keep pressure onto the rogue. He gotta get those searing nightmares onto the rogue if possible, or the shadow, or insanity rays, insanity flays, insanity for days into a quick fear. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to do, but he's trying to get the mind flay insanities out as best as possible. Also, this extra image you have of yourself. What is that? What is that thing? That's gonna be new, right? Root onto the rogue. He got himself a smoke bomb. Medic trying to see if he closes the gap. Stun onto game bug. Does get himself full dots on the guy and everything. As long as he can get those casts off without getting interrupted, he might be okay. There goes his first. As the rogue is starting to ramp up a little bit more damage with them. Deathstalker, mark the guy. Get himself big fatty eviscerates. 100% crit guarantees. Quite a bit of damage having to go for a bit of reset. Though the rogue versus the priest duels, however, are a little bit one-sided, especially when it comes to mobility. Priests do not have the mobility of rogues. Plus the cloak, plus double vanish and everything, it just makes it so much harder for you to get a proper go. Does get the big flay, might be a cloak of shadows of the rogue. Trying to get a kick, does get a kick into Medic. There goes the cloak of shadows. Medic can just live this for a little bit. Gets a kind of CC, get a couple of those channels onto the rogue. He'll have himself perfect setup. He got a lot of those channels available. He just got a channel in back-to-back cheap shot triple time onto the by the rogue. As Medic trying to see if he get himself and his survivability. Got himself a vamp embrace. Maybe some of the damage he does can help heal him a little bit. DPs with a quick fear. Needs to get himself a bit of healing. Trying to see if he can maintain himself as best as possible. As long as he can get the channel. Big kick. I think that's where you just channel into the rogue. I think you gotta channel into the rogue. You gotta blast him with damage. Does go for the trinket. Hold on a second. He's still tentacle down. He'll CC'd for a second. Slow gouge for a second by the rogue. Does he get himself the CC? The stun. Does establish it. Medic doesn't have an answer, but the rogue bailing out of the rogue is still melting down to the dust. It should just go down here. That is available very, very soon. Does still get dotted. But you do catch him for a second. There goes the vanish. Is he still dotted is the question. He's still, someone keeps putting him out of stealth. Hold on a second. Are you on him? Quick fear. Does catch him. Oh, hold on. I think Medic just takes it. Unless the rogue somehow gives himself a proper go. You should have himself a bit of burst right here. Stun off of that fear. Big burst. Cheated down by the rogue. Trying to see if he can end the tentacles or attacking him though from either angle. And does go down the tentacles, dude. Oh my god. Those things were not working for weeks and weeks and weeks for the last bit now, dude. Who's up next? This is going to be Jackson Onfroy. Oh, Onfroy. The boy Onfroy is up next. What is this? Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation. Also, you see the orbs above this man's head? He's about to be, he's into, what is it? When you take care of birds, or raise birds, or have like a shelter for birds, is that called animal husbandry? Is that bird husbandry? I feel like this man is about to be a bird husbandry. But he got himself a big old Phoenix blasted out Medic from around the corner. Phoenix got a perfect positional, but he can't really attack anybody else. Freud trying to see if he can charge at him, trying to see if he can force him towards the Phoenix. There goes his burst. Phoenix kind of stopped attacking. Very unfortunate. The Phoenix is attacking something. I think it's attacking somebody else on the team. Not Medic. I think it's maybe attacking one of the death things, or at least looking at them. Look at it, a funny Medic does survive a huge portion of burst from Onfroy. If he can get himself those big insanity flays, then he'll be in a great spot. Death by Hensei, that's rough. That's true. Honestly, some people will be like, you know what? That is probably the best way to go out. Massive burst as a cascade of missiles attacking Medic with a full meteors around the corner, just collapsing on the side, close enough to hit Medic either way though. That is unfortunate. That is a lot of damage though. Quick breath onto Tyrannic. He's charging out. He's got himself the horse trinket really early. Got himself grippy hand. He's gonna have gripping literally everybody but Froyo, who's an ice block. He's not trying to attack you, but hey, your riders? Dante's at least trying to keep it those 2-1-1 as best as possible. I do love that though. I do love the order in this arena. Quick blink out of the mage that's still a mess up for Tyrannic. Might be able to take down Onfroy though. Hold on a second. He just sees the big glowing shadows or a death coil. Gripping him back in. Is it enough though? Froy with a coil. Oh, there's just not a lot you can do. He did the very best he could, but the Death Knight damage is a lot. It just cascades all through you. That is just a lot. He popped Ice Block really early, but then the pressure just continued on. Dante as a Destro is going to be up next. Is Destro still messed up that you can't summon those demons with Diabolist? Is it still messed up? Mortal Coil into Tyrannic, who does pop a Lichborn. Quick blinding sleet onto Dante, who does go for a trinket. By the way, chat, what are your thoughts on the little trinket animation they got above the heads? Because it's a little different. Look at this. Oh, dude, the form looks so good. He's got the horns. He's got himself like a fully shrouded. The eyes, it does look sick though, doesn't it? I think it looks so good. It kind of is almost like a weaker version of the demon form that Warlocks used to have from back in the day, but it's as close as it could get it. Quick sacrifice onto Tyrannic, who does go for IBF, trying to go for a kick, does end up missing Dante with a quick shield, and Tyrannic might be under a lot of trouble. Needs Death Strike healing, he needs Riders to join in. Quick stun as the Riders pop in, board out for Dante, trying to see if he can get around the edge here, as he is playing out into the Hellcaller gameplay. I do like seeing some Hellcaller. Big damage to Tyrannic though, picking up some pressure, got himself a shield. I don't even know where from. I think maybe it's an AMS from Morgraine or something. But that is all the Riders joining in. Dante trying to go for a Mortal Coil. I don't even know what he Mortal Coiled, but he might actually just die right here. Hold on. These Riders are doing a ton of damage, and just the Riders all on their own. I mean, a little bit of dodge from Tyrannic and the Ghoul running around with the guy, but Tyrannic sent in the A-bomb. The Riders are just backed up out of there, letting him take over. Windwalker hit with a blind, got him some Zuen and everything. Tyrannic had no health whatsoever, trying to see if he can find an escape. Maybe could use AMS here really soon, but he's just all living by Death Strikes right now. Death Strikes is all he's got. A quick touch, not even a touch of death, just the damage out of a monk is going to be able to take him out. Him and Jags are the last two left over on that team. Or they release somebody. Either there's the last two on that team, or we lost somebody halfway through it. With Dragox? I almost want to call him Dragon. Does get himself the deep breath. He is the scale commander. You guys do know as a scale commander, you can press the, unless it doesn't work with them, deep breath button again to like stop the deep breath fly whenever you need it, right? Or does it not work? It may just not even work, honestly. I've seen a lot of Evokers using it, but it used to work properly. Still big damage on a Daragox though. The man is just barraging him. Evoker's flying for above the sky, bombarding with Windwalker. The man has no health whatsoever. He does end up backing up out of there. Dragox also going for a bit of a reset of his own. Both of them are taking a bit of a breather, but one of them has to come out of here alive and the other not alive. Unalive rather. Quick and cap onto the Evoker. As he at least got himself a little bit of self-heal. Still in some full recovery mode for either one of these two. As Windwalker trying to catch up a little bit of that healing. Dragox got himself the big shatter. Big deep breath to follow. Needs to cancel it. He doesn't cancel. Unless it just doesn't work. You got a quick lash as he's trying to see if he can close the gap with the Evoker. Just backing up out of there without hover. Doesn't get rooted either way though. Fire breath is available. Plenty of damage. Trying to go for a kick. Needs just a little bit of burst. Oh, why is he still alive? He's still alive. Dragox, I think, can back it up out of there really early. I saw that explosion out of that bombarding Evoker. I thought, oh, Woo's dead. No, he is the dead. I thought maybe Dragox saw the same thing. I thought, okay, most likely dead. He's like no health whatsoever. Oh no. Dragox does get himself plenty of defenses. A shroud together with a wall. You can't interrupt him. You can't CC him. So for Windwalker, he just got to get himself some mobility. That's all he's got right now. He's in a rough spot. A little bit of a rough spot right now. As Dragox trying to get himself a better angle. Woo's just able to avoid him. The mobility of a monk, man, is so good. What is that Warlock form anyway? It's called Malevolent. It's part of the Hellcaller playstyle. It's like the capstone ability for Hellcaller. It grants you a bunch of haste and it makes your Hellcaller dot ramp up a lot quicker. It just basically becomes more effective. It's a nice haste window. It's a buff. It's a damage buff. Dragox using the long mobility to get the hell out of the quick mastery buff. Does he have himself the surges though? He almost got the damage he needs. Still trying to see if he can fight through the karma. Might be putting himself in a lot of danger. I think he's got no health. Yeah, at some point you just have zero health whatsoever. Does end up going for a sleep really quickly on the monk, but man, that is a rough. With Rathane gonna be second to last over for that team too. Jags and Windwalker trying to see if they can find themselves a way to, I guess, how do they can find themselves some kind of victory here. With Rathane and Dukified is still available over for that team too. Dampening getting kind of high. Rathane, if anything, wants to make sure this man is given a proper honor duel. Are you Frost dual wield? Is that what we're looking at here? We should get something like that, a Demo spec, all spec actually. Demonology doesn't necessarily have that, but you do have a demon literally inside of you. Not quite like a demon form, but yeah. It's a, yeah, definitely would check out some of the different hero specs. I have a video on the hero specs and all that, Crystals for Warlocks if you want to check it out. It's from a while ago. We tried to see if we could tank up with the Fort Brew. Wrath got a full set of riders with him, but taking quite a few hits. Back to back, does go in for an IBF trinket out of Windwalker. Does get a second son to go, fighting to get those death strikes in, but not an amazing spot right now health-wise. AMS is available. Windwalker tried to see if he could back up out of there. Roth just tried to stay on him as best as possible, sticking to him like glue, trying to make sure he doesn't get to go anywhere. Just continuing the barrage of damage. Big Grippy available. Needs to make sure Chain of Ice is on him at all times to make it harder for Windwalker to get around. Does get another grip. Karma to follow. Red just needs to live this. That or Death Strike. Every global is a Death Strike, maybe a blind if you can get in CC. You really need CC. He could touch a death you any moment though. You just gotta live a little bit. Hold on. Oh, the touch of death comes through. The touch of death, there's not much you can do. Still Stormbolt by the warrior. Spearing down Wu does not have anywhere to go. Just gonna take him out. Full burst available. Can he take that momentum into Jax right now is the question. Jax with an immediate set of images, trying to see if he can reverse the pressure. Is playing the Frost this time around. I think Frostfire or Frost, right? I assume. Frostfire or Frost. Yeah, the meteor came out of nowhere. That is Frostfire. Look at that damage he can do. He's just running around circles. Lance and flurrying the guy. He's just playing full instant cast Frost Mage. It's so good. Oh my goodness. Does go for the Stormbolt, but not enough. This is going to be the mage running circles. Woo, picking up 3 by the way. Well done, well done. Buff Monks, dude, with 3 kills. Buff Monks, you're kidding me, dude. Alrighty, let's see if we can get ourselves another one going. Let's see if we still have 5 on each team.